Coming up on Mornings on the Hill, we have breaking news, a power outage near campus. We'll tell you who's affected.
And a popular program for local restaurants and businesses offering double your money gift certificates.
A storm heads for the Northeast as we get set to head home for Thanksgiving break.
All that and more on this edition of Mornings on the Hill.
Good morning. I'm Adriana Rosas Rivera. Thanks for joining us for Mornings on the Hill.
And I'm Gabriel Vega. It's Wednesday, November 17th. We start this morning with breaking news from campus. Some of our fellow students woke up this morning without electricity. A power line blew out on East Adams Street around 7:20 a.m. The power outage that followed affected the Marshall Square Mall area. If you or someone you know was affected by this outage, National Grid has a website where you can report it and check on the status of the incident. This is a developing story and we'll update you if we get more information. Most power has been restored.
Onondaga County's Keeping It Local voucher program is back to help local businesses. The program allows people to buy a voucher and redeem it with the purchase of a gift card at participating locations. NCC News reporter Allison Turner is live with the story on how this brings businesses hope, but may not help in the long run.
The Coffee King Cafe opened up back in July, but business has not been going quite as planned. The company signed up for the voucher program in hopes that it would bring more customers to their store.
It's not busy enough that we're really making money yet.
Coffee King Cafe owner Michael Bolignon says his company has seen some challenges in the past 4 months. They are not making much profit off their sales, and even though they have a few loyal customers, it's not enough.
The amount of sales we're getting to pay for all expenses isn't there yet. So we're really trying to just get to the point where we're actually making money and not losing.
Bolignon hopes that the voucher program can spread the word about his store and increase sales. If that happens, he can hire more employees, update the store, and advertise. But he said even if that does happen, he knows it won't fix everything.
Handout from the government is just kind of a one-time kick, and maybe it'll help you get on your feet, but it's not like it's going to sustain forever.
The Keeping It Local voucher program was created to help Central New York businesses bounce back after the pandemic, but an economist is saying that it may not be as helpful as it appears.
I think it's the appearance, certainly gives a visual of helping business.
SUNY Oswego economics professor Elizabeth Schmidt says incentives like the voucher program are usually more for show than they are helpful for businesses. She says they happen often after the economy has taken a hit to pump money back into the community. Even though they happen often, not much research has been done on them.
You know, it's an optics and a feel-good program that theoretically boosts business. We don't have a lot of empirical evidence that it actually does.
And now I'm outside Salt City Coffee, which luckily they do have power now. And they are one of the 100 participating programs in the voucher program. They are ready to sell gift certificates and coffee to anyone who has downloaded a voucher. For Mornings on the Hill, I'm Allison Turner.
And your morning cup or cups of coffee could be helping your brain. According to CNN, a new study found that those who drank 2 to 6 cups of coffee or tea a day had the lowest risk of stroke and dementia. The study noted that coffee and tea doesn't necessarily offer protection from those diseases, but they are linked to lower risk. So coffee and tea drinkers, keep enjoying your morning cup or cups without too much guilt.
I do like coffee, so thank you for that. Central New York yogurt maker Chobani is getting more than a seal of approval in your household for how it tastes. But now it is getting a seal of approval to become the first in the U.S. dairy industry, certified as fair trade product. Our own Michaela Armstrong tells us how Central New York farms are a part of the new certification program to help Chobani make this happen.
Thanks, guys. You may have heard of fair trade when it comes to drinking coffee, but seeing a fair trade label on your dairy products might be what you think of next, thanks to a local farmer near you. That is the sign of a happy cow, a sign that is not new to Venture Farms, but what is new is fair trade certification.
Probably a story that we've, as producers, have been trying to tell for a very long time. But I feel that fair trade has had the ability globally to tell their story and to set a standard.
A program giving farm owners the opportunity to receive a bonus from yogurt maker Chobani for following requirements like providing cows with fresh food and water, shelter and rest, and the freedom to be cows in order to qualify for certification. In return, Chobani can have a fair trade certified seal on their products.
There is a reward at the end of the day that's rewarding our people and our staff, as well as providing more confidence within dairy products that the consumer is going to buy off of the shelves.
And Venture Farms is not the only one. In fact, it is one of less than 10 in central New York, but not for long.
Once word got out that it wasn't difficult, it wasn't hard, you saw more people jump in.
And Wagner says there is an acceleration of interest in fair trade products by consumers since the COVID-19 pandemic.
A lot of consumers really do want to know where their food is sourced from, how it's sourced, is it local, how is it grown, and I just think it's a new thing that a lot of people are developing and wanting to look at, and it's creating a multitude of opportunities for our farmers.
For these cows, the Fair Trade Certification Program is a seal of moving towards change. If you see a Fair Trade certified seal on any of the Chobani dairy products, that means it has met the rigorous requirements set by Fair Trade USA. And Venture Farms will continue to be a part of this program along with Chobani for the next 3 years. For Mornings on the Hill, I'm Michaela Armstrong.
And it was a milestone event at the Dome this weekend for females in sports. Our Alexis Raleigh has more about the history made this Sunday.
Former women's Syracuse basketball player made history for the first time. Felicia Leggett-Jack is seeing her jersey retired, being the first female in Syracuse history. Syracuse University flights number 33 for all to see across the Carrier Dome. Leggett-Jack is joined by her husband and family and friends to witness this historic moment. Leggett-Jack retired in 1989 and returned back to 'Cuse in 2021 for her special moment.
What we do it for. What it is just work hard and work ethic and just try to earn your scholarship.
Coming up,
holiday weather is on its way. Will that impact your Thanksgiving travel plans?
and a chance to give to those in need right here on campus. And the Mornings on the Hill team has a surprise announcement.
Welcome back to Mornings on the Hill. I'm Lauren Helmbrecht with your weather update. Yes, it is technically still fall, but after spots in central New York saw up to 8 inches of snow yesterday, it's starting to feel like winter. Right now, it's 40 degrees in Syracuse with partly cloudy skies, and the humidity is in the high 70s. I'll be the first to say it's kind of hard to dress for this weather. After yesterday's snow, the high today is in the 50s. It will be partly cloudy throughout the day, and temperatures are actually going to rise tonight to 56. But if you're a Hillary Duff fan, this week is for you. Let the rain fall down and wake your dreams of Thanksgiving break. Tomorrow, we're expecting about a 96% chance of rain with highs in the 50s and a low freezing temperature. Friday, get ready for some more showers at night with a high of 41 and a low of 29. Then it's Thanksgiving break starting on Saturday. And to celebrate, we get a break from the rain just for a little bit. But for those of us going out of town, keep an eye out on a developing storm heading towards the East Coast. Right now, the weather looks pretty manageable in Syracuse this weekend. But if you have a connecting flight or are driving out of town, the weather could become a factor. Whatever your Thanksgiving break brings, we look forward to seeing you back here in the 315. Back to you, Adriana.
It's the season of giving, and you can do that and also get jerseys signed by Ichiro. We've got the Sports Management Club here to tell us and talk about their annual auction. With us, we have Luca Jacobi and Megan Monzo, two sports management seniors. Welcome. Thank you for coming. So Megan, please tell me first, what did you guys bring us?
Yeah, so we have a lot of really exciting items. We first have a Michael Strahan signed football, Tre'Davious White signed Bills helmet. We have a Jeremy Grant signed jersey, a game-worn Boris Tkachuk Crunch jersey, a Yankees times Syracuse hat signed by all three of the Boeheims.
All three, okay.
And then we also have a lot of non-sports items like this Theragun, which is awesome, along with some Rachel Ware.
Okay, so there's something for everyone, right? We got the Theragun, you mentioned some vacations too. Okay, so not just for sports fans. Luca, tell me, what do you think, first of all, what do you think is going to get the most bids?
Well, like you mentioned before, we have an Ichiro Suzuki signed jersey. That's definitely one of our bigger items. We're expecting the Michael Strahan football to get up there. Obviously, we have some vacation packages, as well as some alcohol baskets, from Beacon Skiff, stuff like that. So we're expecting a lot of those items to be really our stars this year.
And where can people go on vacation? Where are these packages to?
We got one to Cancun. I think we have one to Antigua as well. A couple other places. So yeah.
Warm vacations, nothing in the ski resort. So Luca, how does the club get most of these items then? How'd you get your hands on this?
Yeah, so basically what our club does is we go through our big lists of alumni, personal connections, connections that we've just built over the years. Like personally, I got the Ichiro Suzuki jersey from my cousin who works at the Mariners.
Oh, wow.
And then, so basically we've just compiled these lists of contacts that we made over the last 16 years. And they're all very, very giving, and we're fortunate enough to be able to work with them and get these great items.
Okay, well, I think you've convinced everybody, but I have to ask Megan. So it starts November 20th. You traditionally do this in person at the Dome. Last year was virtual. This year is hybrid. How can people bid?
All right, so the easiest way to go is to text 76278, text SPM auction. You can also visit our website and our GiveSmart platform.
Okay, so what items are you most excited about? If you were going to bid, what would you bid on?
I mean, that's a tough one. Me being a Bills fan, I would love to get my hands on the Tre'Davious White signed helmet.
I think half of upstate New York would try to get their hands on that, right?
Yes, exactly. I mean, like, there's a bunch of really cool stuff. Like, it doesn't have to be sports stuff. There's electronics. Like, we have the Theragun. We also have a Keurig. A lot of SU stuff as well. Some stuff signed by Coach. Some stuff signed by Buddy. Like, obviously, those things are our stars. So I would love to get my hands on any of them.
Okay, and Megan, let me ask. So you've been doing this this is 17th annual, right? Around how much money do you guys raise with this kind of event?
Yeah, so in the past 16 years, we've raised over $567,000. We're hoping to hit the $1 million mark by our 25th anniversary. So this year will be hopefully on the way to that.
Okay, and this year it's being donated to the Jim and Julie Boeheim Foundation,
That's correct,
right?
yeah.
Who are participating, right? We got the Yankees cap signed by all three Boeheims, so I think that's going to be a popular one. All right, well, thank you so much for coming here and showing us these items. We really look forward to seeing what gets auctioned. And Centro is receiving part of a $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill, $74 million to be exact. Our Kritzia Williams is live to tell us how Centro plans to spend the money. Kritzia.
Yeah, Adriana, this is a way to say out with the old and in with the new. The money is going to go to new buses and new shelters around central New York. For some, the Centro bus system is just a way around, but others, it prevents limitations from their day-to-day travel.
Come on, travel, go to the store, go to the mall, go where they want to go.
Licinia Ruth doesn't drive and has been riding the Centro bus for 14 years. She says she looks forward to the changes the money will make.
I think it will add to improving what they already have.
With the money from the infrastructure bill, Centro will be purchasing new buses and shelters just like this one.
So it's something that's very good news for us.
The Vice President of Communication and Business Planning says Centro usually gets about $10 to $11 million from federal funding.
For the next 5 years, we're going to get an additional about $4 million a year.
He says Centro will now have the money to replace buses that have been on the road for 12 years. And he says reliability within each bus is a priority for Centro.
We're going to be replacing about 80 of our buses.
Cagle says the money will also go towards new shelters to replace the old ones. And for stops that have become more popular, Centro will be adding shelters.
Standing for hours. It just was horrible, the rain and the snow.
So if you're standing out there in the elements, it can be uncomfortable if there's not a shelter.
He says with the increase in funding, there will be more opportunities to cater to the riders' needs.
We have one purpose, that's to get people to where they need to go in a timely and safe fashion.
Ruth says that this money is the future of good travel, and she has traveled with Centro for many years. More information on the new buses and shelter will be available very soon. For Mornings on the Hill, I'm Kritzia Williams.
We want to take a moment to congratulate Kritzia and Michaela this morning. Both Kritzia and Michaela have earned top leadership position with an important broadcast association. Kritzia has been named president and Michaela vice president of the Syracuse University chapter of the National Association of Black Journalists. And ABJ is reestablishing here on campus after a few years without a chapter, and they want members. Everyone is welcome to join. We want to send our congratulations to both Kritzia. And Michaela this morning and encourage other students to join. So please do.
Congratulations, girls. And we may have champs in our midst. Stay tuned to find out which Syracuse team is headed to first place this weekend.
Good morning, Orange Nation. I'm Alexis Raleigh with your sports updates from Mornings on the Hill.
Number
Syracuse
8.
football is going to NC State this weekend to take on the 7-3 Wolves. The football team had a tough last weekend when they lost 41-3 against Louisville. The Qs were the underdogs heading into the game, and they played like one too. Louisville could have had some extra energy this game as the Cardinals were flying like ravens when they retired Lamar Jackson's number. Jackson's emotions were taking off as number 8 was seen across Cardinal Stadium for all to see. The Baltimore Ravens quarterback was joined by his family and friends to share his special moment. Syracuse football is now 5-5. They take on NC State at Carter Finley Stadium this Saturday. When we see snow, we see basketball. The Orange are taking on the Colgate Raiders this Saturday at the Carrier Dome. As of now, Q's has a 2-game winning streak, and let's just say the boys team made Q's fans proud this weekend. The Orange beat Drexel on Sunday by 15 points. Let's take a look here. Jimmy Boeheim, the lefty who uses his right hand to take to the hoop. Then we see a little brother duo from Jimmy to Buddy. Buddy hesitates and then makes the three-pointer, allowing Q's to take the lead quickly. Syracuse coach Jim Boeheim says he's overall impressed with how his team played, and he had great things to say about Drexel too.
I think a really good team. I thought that coming in there, I think they're even better than I thought. And, you know, they were an NCAA team, so it's pretty good. But they're really well coached. They really moved the ball.
Syracuse men's cross country is preparing for the NCAA championship coming this weekend. The team dominated the ACC regionals last Friday. They had 3 runners finish in the top 10. Aiden Tooker led the team, coming in 3rd place at 30 minutes and 15 seconds. Joe Dragon placed at 6 and 30 minutes and 22 seconds, and JP Trogan coming in at 8th at 30 minutes and 24 seconds. Q's was able to come in 1st place in the 10-kilometer race in Boston Friday, and are now taking off to Tallahassee, Florida with a team of 7 prepared for the 250 runners sprinting across the finish line. Senior Joe Dragon says he is excited for his last race with his team and know they are prepared to perform to the best of their ability.
This Saturday is going to be the NCAA Championships in Tallahassee, Florida, and there should be about 250 people in the race. It's all the best teams and individuals in the country, and it's our last race of the season.
That's all for sports today, and good luck to all the Orange competing this weekend. I'm Alexis Raleigh for Mornings on the Hill.
It's our Thanksgiving special. Coming up, we'll check in with the rest of the Mornings on the Hill team to chat about what we're grateful for. And a well-known pop country singer re-released music last week, and it swiftly broke the internet. Oh, I am happy about this. Coming up after the break.
Welcome back. I'm James Catato. The E in James today
stands for entertainment. We got a lot for you today, a lot of tea, so let's not waste any time. There's a lot to dish on. First off, there was a ton of new music that dropped last week. I was bumping that Silk Sonic, but did y'all see that reaction to Taylor's version of her album Red? I mean, the world hates Jake Gyllenhaal right now. Swifties flocked to defend their girl 9 years after her Gyllenhaal breakup song All Too Well, released in 2012. The hottest tea of all was probably that in the song, Taylor says, "I left my scarf at your sister's house and you still got it in your drawer even now." So Dionne Warwick hopped on Twitter and got 146,000 likes on her tweet, telling Jake to give Taylor her scarf back and that she would even personally pay for postage. Tea! Excited to see how this develops. Here at Moth, we understand that this season is all about giving thanks. But before we even cut into the turkey or stuffing or whatever you like, we caught up with some of the Moth crew to ask them what they were most thankful for heading into the break.
Lauren, what are you most thankful for?
I'm thankful for my long flight home to Washington because I just have a couple podcast episodes I need to catch up on.
Favorite podcast?
Ooh, that one's tough. I really like The Lead. It's a daily sports podcast.
Love it.
Boys. No, just kidding.
Fritzy and Michaela, what are you most thankful for?
Netflix and new shows, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Real Housewives. They always give me exactly what I need when I need to break from class.
Leaving the cold, snowy New York weather and going to the warm, sunny Florida weather with my family for
Where you going?
Thanksgiving. Disney World.
Caitlin, our executive producer, what are you most thankful for?
Gilmore Girls, because it's always the time of season to watch. And Shawn Mendes. You can't forget about Shawn Mendes.
Great singer. Professor Copeland, what are you most thankful for?
I am thankful for being able to sleep in next Wednesday morning.
I can definitely relate to that. Gabe, what are you most thankful for?
I'm Canadian.
Fair enough. Professor Habib, we're coming to you.
I'm most thankful for you guys, because you're my entertainment every Wednesday morning.
Adriana, what are you most thankful for?
I'm thankful to go home and go to the beach.
Fair enough.
And I am most thankful for listening to Christmas music in November.
That is going to do it for us this Wednesday here on Mornings on the Hill. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'm Adriana Roses Rivera. Follow us on social media.
And I'm Gabriel Vega. Thanks for watching Orange Nation. We'll see you next Wednesday, live here at 10 a.m. here on OTN.